Come on, there you go. There you go. Come on.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, grandma, you mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer! Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, as I'm saying. Mr. Blitz Tech.
Revenue GS.
Joe up further the cyber nerds.
And welcome to an episode review of Superman and Lois. Episode 11. It gets a bit mad, but that's how we do around here. Making sure you're subscribing to the channel, Superman Punching the Ting, liking it. If you want more content like this, making sure that you're liking it so we can get all these reviews out, reactions on and things there. Woo! Where do we start with Superman and Lois? What are you man saying about this episode?
For me, it was actually one of my favourite episodes. I feel like it was super legit, us getting to flashbacks, even though at the end, it's like, they were memories. They are actual memories. Like, the end part kind of messed up how I felt about the beginning part. But then I guess because they are still legit memories, I'm still with it. I like that they took us back, showed us Clark or how Clark put the Fortress of Solitude down, how his powers came in. I'm glad they showed Martha Kent, like that whole build up, him going back, finding out that he went on like a Man of Steel level excursion for like 20 years where he was just roaming or at the fortress training. I liked all of that because I think in my mind, or from when we've been watching the show, I've always just been like, okay, in my mind, this is like, I always thought that like Man of Steel was like, this could be the Superman from Man of Steel. It's not, but that's how I like lining things up. But I like that they went back and filled in all of these gaps. How we got to Metropolis, how the first suit came about. Just that pretty much the origin story of this Superman. And I like that. I thought it was good. And then it gets flipped as well, and they pretty much give us a really condensed version of what's his name? Edge's origin story. I thought that was good. And then it leads into Superman going bad at the end, which I felt like for me was the weakest part of the episode. As soon as it gets revealed that Edge is mind controlling, man, I felt like that was the weaker part of the episode for me. But I love also Jordan springing into action straight away. Like, that is something that I don't feel like we've seen that from him. But in that scenario, I could believe it. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I really enjoyed this episode.
When you say that it was the weakest for you, what do you mean by that?
Like, I felt as soon as we woke up and he had the mind control thing on his head, I was just like, that's when the episode, I was just like, I'm not enjoying this as much as I enjoyed the flashbacks, diving into Superman's motivations, like into the relationship with him and his mom. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what that meant, because we've not seen none of that. Like seeing him and Lois earlier on, before, like we meet them and they're already boom, strong. Yeah. They know the dynamic of the relationship, boom, boom, boom. And I feel like I like starting a story with there being history. But I also like, at this point, like you was during the watch along, you was like, oh, why are we having this episode now? And it makes sense why we was. Yeah. But at the same time, I thought like, even if this was just the episode, no mind control, no none of that, I felt like this was still a legit episode. Like it would have been weird that it's episode 11. But at the same time, because they don't show us anything at the beginning, I'm fine with it. Just, guys, take this like, it's not a filler episode because all of the information we're giving you is very, very important to who this character is. But at the same time, let's take a break from what has been going on. I feel like if you're going to change the pace in a show, you do it like this with very valuable information as opposed to, I don't know, like us spending an episode where we were just focusing on the kids or something like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is doing kind of what we said in the last review, where it's taking us to something else without it, like, just not feeling important to me. Like, I feel like all of this is very important information. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I definitely feel like this was a legit run that thing back episode. Do you know what I mean? Like you were saying, Sam was questioning it, and now even I was questioning why it was, but I just felt it was just so sick the way they did it. running back to put us where we are presently. Bruv, I think you pretty much touched on everything. I'm just ready for the next review. Really, next episode. Is it after this episode? They're taking a break.
Yeah, to like next month, bro.
Yeah.
So no more. So and you know what? And if I guess because I thought, oh, we're going back. They're showing this episode because now they're gonna take a break. Do you know what I mean? But I thought it was super legit, man. Just going back, and I'm pretty sure like the stuff they gave us from before. Obviously, they had what we had in the first movie, the first scene where he rips his shirt off, and I'm pretty sure there's all the stuff that they gave us from the run back is from the previous comic books. Like his mum having the dream, that's pretty sick. I don't think we've ever seen that in the screens. So her having the dream where she's seeing him flying and figuring out, oh, here's a costume for you. I feel that's super legit. That's such a mum thing to do, innit? Like mums tend to have these, I call them powers, innit? Like where they have dreams and they'd be like, yo, this and that, innit? So I thought that was super legit. And obviously seeing it for the first time, I actually thought Lois was gonna flip on him when he would reveal. Like, yo, I'm Superman. Like, yo, because usually he's like, what, like, been taking the piss out of me this whole time. But I liked how she embraced it and they go from there. And it adds more value to when there's that episode where they showed that he dropped on her and she didn't like it. So that's kind of nice having that because like, yo, the first time you brought this up to me, like I received open arms, innit? So you're now moving a bit mad hearing what I'm doing. But at the same time, it's like, it's what saves her as well. So that was nice to me, man.
Yeah, like the episode was really weird for me at the beginning because, like I said, we're episode 10 and all of a sudden like, they've gone like all the way back to like Clark's start of this adventure. I'm like, what? Like, if you're watching Superman and Lois, I'm guessing you would have been a fan of Superman. So I'm guessing you would have been like knowing man's history, how his origins and stuff. And then when they slowly go through the paces of how this world Superman is, they're like, oh, a lot of changes. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty legit. Like the first time he saves someone, he's the one like that's like, oh, what's going on? And that person's like dropping it. Oh, that person's flying. I don't know if it's a bird. It's a plane, that kind of stuff. I like that introduction we get here. That was pretty sick. He goes into the booth. Obviously, he changes back into his clothes. That kind of stuff was all pretty sick. So I was like,
these man really running back in the day. That was sick.
I like that. So I was like, those kind of changes that we seen also is like, I like how they implemented it here. And then, but yeah, it was mad confusing. But then the fact that they brought it that it was Edge. Like, we was basically in Edge's mind where it's like, we're getting to know Superman.
Through
Edge's,
And not just
Edge's
that.
experience.
Not just that, using the tech from Krypton. I think that's ultra spicy as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It says something from Earth.
So, like, the fact that we have more of a reason that all these events actually kind of happened, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Because if they just do, like, a flashback, just for reasons like you said, maybe they were going to take a break. Maybe had all this footage shot before and they didn't know where to put it. Maybe it was being season 2, beginning or whatever have you. But the fact that it was Edge going through man's history, how he landed on Earth, how he had his relationship, like not his weaknesses, but like his crutches to being more human than he is Krypton, like ethic wise anyway. I thought that was pretty legit. But I don't know. Even the mum saying, in fact, yeah, that was 2 things I found kind of weird. One, that he was stuck in, I'm guessing, the North Pole from like a teenager to adult.
I don't think he was stuck there.
Yeah,
I just think he just didn't come home.
Yeah, sorry.
I think that's what it was.
Not stuck, sorry.
He just didn't come home.
Yeah, he stayed there for like, I'm going to guess in from 15 to like 25. Let's just say a good 10 years.
Yeah, but think about it like this now, yeah? If you've been roaming the world for 15 years, like from a baby to 15 years old, kind of questioning your identity, questioning who you are, boom, 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 knowing you're different from everyone. And then you find out, bruv, I feel like, especially this guy and what we heard where, I've studied all the languages on the planet and all this stuff. I think 10 years there, or 10 years living there, and then just traveling, doing whatever, testing out your abilities. It doesn't seem crazy after. Do you know what I'm saying?
I definitely think
makes sense.
Jor-El had him going around.
On the planet.
Yeah, to learn and be a bit, I guess, more open-minded, because they were open-minded about certain things that a lot of Kryptonians aren't.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense they'd be like, yo, all right.
But to never
Go
visit
explore.
your mom in that period.
Bruv, you just find out he's...
I know it's
Do you know what I mean?
Kryptonian,
Like,
but
I
that's what I'm
think-
saying. But to travel the world and then never come back home once, but to learn different languages and stuff.
Nah,
that's mad, bro.
It is a mad, but I'm not an alien, so I can't tell you.
and that's why I'm not even on, because I'm like, yeah, like, you just found out. Like, well,
it's not that I just finding out he's from a different country, fam.
Yeah.
Or finding out he's adopted, bruv. He's finding like, bruv, like, no, I'm from a higher thing, bruv. Like, you get me? It's mad. I think there was another thing that I thought was really spicy about the episode. I think it was Lois. Lois's viewpoint on Superman in the media, where Superman dominates the media, where there's bare other stuff that's way more important than him saving a cat out of a tree. And that took me back to the Batman vs Superman line where Bruce is like, yo, you man glorify every time your hero saves a cat out the tree, but in Gotham, hey, there's real shit going on down here, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? I felt like Lois took up that Bruce Wayne stance on that, and I thought that was gangster, as well as the way everyone in the newspaper was celebrating, like, man getting a picture on the front page when it's like, bro, like, there's actually a madness going on. There's hate crimes and all of this stuff going on the street level, but man are just here celebrating one rescue. I thought that was a legit, that was her aspect, and then obviously that plugged Superman then into there's more I can do here than just the big events, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's really important, fam. In humanizing the Superman character. Do you get what I'm saying? So I thought that was legit as well.
You guys gonna have to jump in the comment section and help me out with this. There's the villain from back day with the two kind of S's on his chest. I've seen that symbol before. Help me out with that, because man's seen that before. Am I the only one? You guys seen that before, right?
Pretty sure we have.
I don't know. I don't remember it.
Need to figure out where that character's from, where we've seen him before.
But I thought it was also kind of interesting that what else had happened. I don't know. Like, Superman giving her a bit too easy. Obviously, man knows, like, Edge knows, like, Superman's family and stuff like that now. So they had one little scuffle. Man obviously got a concussion or something. Man came back, and then suddenly he's just like, "I can't do as you please." Not even just like he didn't resist too much.
I thought it was fine because I believe he's got a plan in it.
Yeah,
I just
don't think he knew. Obviously, he didn't know that Edge was gonna take him to his own vault where he gets turned. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause even didn't he just turn around and say to Lois, "Yo, I need more time." So I would probably do the same thing as well. Like, one is weak from the previous fight, so all right, let me just tag along this guy until
you got to get a man out of there, bro.
Yeah,
you got to get man out.
His family's there, bro.
Immediate danger. He's got to get him out of there.
100%. Do you know what I mean? And I think that was the best play.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Edge had the one up on him. Do you know what I mean? Like, his dad's been training man to do these things. Now, I guess Jor-El didn't know that the other dude had sent his son as well, right?
I wouldn't think so, no.
One thing I do think about is lit, like, just in this, is the whole Edge being like, he put his fortress in the desert because he likes the sun on his skin. And the reason I like that is because obviously, and I don't then look down on Superman's decision to go to the North Pole, because obviously Superman is devoid of his culture, so he doesn't even know probably at that point that obviously the sun is, you know what I'm saying, it's just going to replenish man like that. Whereas Edge knows that and came a bit older, so it's like, you know what I'm saying, he's going to go to the point where it's like, hey, the sun's probably here 18 hours a day, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just love that difference. I feel like it really just, it's showing more, do you know what I'm saying, parallels like opposite parallels between the two characters, innit?
You
So I
know
thought
with
was
that,
legit.
I
yeah.
thought it was the fathers that took him to
Yeah.
the places.
So you think Jarrell picked the thing?
And then obviously because even when Edge
He
threw
said
his,
I picked. I know he said father.
Yeah.
Let's do it here, but
Okay.
like I feel like he picked. He said I picked the desert because I liked it. But I hear what you're saying. I felt like maybe he just knew his dad was in the crystal. Clark didn't know his dad was in the crystal. So he's throwing the crystal and being like, Dad, this is where we're doing it. But it was Edge's decision. Whereas Clark was just being led by whatever.
That's it. And then when the thing popped up, he's like, I brought you here to make sure you're away from society. Or
yeah, but Edge made the same decision with the desert. Because the desert is secluded as well. So, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like if Clark knew actively in his mind that he was doing that, then maybe he doesn't pick then that's why he picked the North Pole. Because he knows this is a secluded place internally. Like, I feel like he subconsciously was making those decisions. That's why when he got there, the thing just went off.
Yeah.
And as opposed to Edge, he got there, he was like, no, we're doing it. The thing started flashing even more, bro, because he's actively plugging the coordinates in. Do you know? That's how I saw it and took it. You get me? But
does that make Jarrell less prepared? Because now I'm looking at the two dads and I'm like, boy, like one son seems to have a lot more knowledge about everything Kryptonian, while
he was older though.
Clark,
he was older.
I think it's two different ways to look at the world, because the dad wanted Krypton. Edge's dad wanted Krypton back.
Yeah.
So he made Edge a conqueror.
Yeah.
While Jarrell's making Clark, to be a hero of the planet.
I don't feel like man's...
For you to be a hero, you need to be prepared.
No, but like man's putting through like pain and like you got to have all these weaknesses removed. Basically, there's no friends there for you. Screw them, man.
I get that. Yeah. I get that. I'm just looking at the jobs descriptions of those two, man. Do you know what I'm saying? One dad saying, "Hey, yo, son, go learn some languages." Other dad saying, "Well, use us." He's got the tech and stuff like that. I ain't seen Clark with one tech one time.
Nah.
I'm just asking questions. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how prepared were these two fathers in to give the best for their sons to do their jobs?
I think like that Sam's saying, it's just they have got two separate missions, and to be honest, Clark's mission, I don't even see it as a mission. They just sent Clark, here's a planet that you can go live on. Like bang. That is it. Like,
yeah, but he came with the tool.
He came with
to get the hologram from Dad.
He came with a regular camping bag from Krypton, innit? That's what man came with, a regular camping bag. Do you get me? He gave him a tool to find out more about his culture later when he became of age. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he just learned about the abilities he has. I've not seen Jarrell tell him one day save the world. He's not said that to him. That's just what has happened because he's become a human being and enjoys humanity, and he's one of them. He couldn't have become one of them if he knew about his culture from birth. That's what I think.
So based on the conversation with Martha Kent, she's the one who turned him more into a hero. Because when he came home, she was like, oh, like with the cape and stuff like that.
I think the hero's down to just Clark being Clark, innit? Get me? Clark lands somewhere else, he's a different guy. He landed there. His mum was like that. She made a cape. Get me?
Just questions that, need answers. That's all. It's good to see the different mentality from both dads, isn't it? That's what I'm questioning right now.
But man said he's giving Edge to come and conquer, bruv.
The best to their child, but we'll see, man. I guess Jarrell's out of the picture now. I just need Superman to go like full bad for like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, he's basically the Eradicator right now, I believe.
And maybe it'll push their kids to step up.
I just think we're gonna get the scene, like the comic book scene of Steel, Jordan,
Eradicator,
thingy. What's his name? Jonathan. I feel like we're just gonna get a scene with all of them trying to fight against Superman.
I think that's what I take. Because this show's been so much pepper. Like I feel like that was the next step to make it even better from what it's been.
One thing I do hate the most, like the gap, man. Like, why is there a gap? Why are we getting this? I know it's the restrictions, they were shooting, is that enough? I understand that. But that's the only thing I hate. Apart from that, the show's been lit. It's a good episode still.
Do you think we should do the Krypton? Do Krypton in the gap, like while they're not got shows?
What is it? What?
There's a Krypton, superhero show. It's not. I heard it's not very good, but I also heard Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. weren't good, and that show's fire. So, like, what? It's like 2-3 weeks off. Maybe we should dive in there. See.
How many episodes? Is it just one season?
Bro, I just came up with the idea right this second. I've got no prior knowledge.
Better be good, otherwise it's a snooze fest, isn't it? You know what time it is, bro. Things are not peak. So
they get cancelled and then this will resume. It's all man still, but yes, good episode. Good run that thing back. Good going forward at the same time. Got loads of those things there. Guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of this episode? Are you also pissed about the gap? I guess you're going to have to wait. What are you going to be watching in between? You watching Batwoman? The Flash? Is it Supergirl? Is that still running?
how about they watch what we're watching on Patreon?
Thank you very much.
I think that's the
way
best.
better.
Way better, bruv.
Way
Like,
better.
makes
The
sense.
content is there. Patreon.com/cybernerds. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
Joe one further the Cyber Nerds.
And we'll see you on the next review.
Peace.